Uh-oh, acknowledgement. I'm 2 minutes late this morning. I'm so sorry. I moved to the kitchen because I haven't been here in a while and I wanted to show you a few things. So I thought I'd start out here this morning. So good morning and welcome to Morning Coffee with Sandy. I just poured my second cup. I'm not going to lie, I started without you. And it's so nice and hot. Good morning, Opa. It's going to be sunshiny. Yesterday it was like 80 degrees. It's going to be like that again today. It's so awesome here right now. This is the time of year that I am so grateful to be in my desert. I can't even tell you. So, welcome to my kitchen. There is the new dishwasher that I have been fighting about for so long. And there's the new refrigerator I've been fighting about for so long. Okay, not fighting, but being aggravated. You know what that's like, right? You know, when people say they're going to do things and they don't do them and like that. I've been, that's so weird that you're not getting notifications. And I'm not even sure. Maybe I can just put in a trouble ticket to YouTube and ask them what's going on. Good morning, JB. Good morning. Oh, look, so you guys got notifications, but a little bit late too. Good morning, Henry. Good morning, Ginny. Good morning, everybody. Thanks for being here. It's so much fun to have coffee together. Are you all poured and all ready to go? I've got look at this. Did I make notes for today or what? Because there was like so much going on. Here's what I want to start with. Last night, my nephew and niece who live in South Korea, and by the way, they handle the pandemic so differently there. We'll talk a little bit about that. But my nephew and niece from South Korea, those of you who have been following me for quite a while know that my nephew Mike actually lived with me for months because he was here visiting and he couldn't get back to Korea. Well, he's been here for a few months now, kind of traveling around, and his wife, Jess, who is just, she's so beautiful. It's crazy, and she's so sweet. Anyway, Mike and Jeff, social distance, masked. They bring me my best masks. I'm not going to lie. They came over so I could see them before they fly home in a few days. Yeah, it was so good to see them. So when Mike was with me, there were certain things that I made on a fairly regular basis, dinner-wise and snack-wise. We used to have at 5 p.m., it was happy hour in our house. He'd have his beer, I'd have my wine, and we always had like yummy things to go with it. One of those things was something that I tasted at the Yard House before the pandemic, wanted it desperately, and decided if I want it, I'm going to have to figure out how to make it myself. So it's poke nachos. It's nachos, but it's done with sushi instead. Oh my God, it's so good. So I take this big platter and I first line it with chips, right? White corn chips. Then wonton chips. Oh, so good. Wonton chips. Chunks of poke that I buy already prepared. It's a little pricey, but Ralph's carries it. And I get the spicy and the regular. I mix them together and I put that down. I do a mixture of chopped up green onions, regular onions, and cilantro and sprinkle that. Big chunks of avocado, creamy horseradish sauce that's been mixed with mayonnaise, so it's a little thinner. And Trader Joe's has the everything but the bagel spice. It's got sesame seeds and stuff, and I sprinkle all that on the top. Oh, and then I do that with homemade guacamole and homemade pico de gallo, and it's like, oh my God. But if that wasn't enough, my sweetheart barbecued this giant piece of salmon and sweet potatoes and broccoli, and oh my God, what a meal we had. Woo! Okay, winter advisory over there. 3 to 6 inches of snow, strong winds, 40 miles per hour expected. You guys, you must love it, right? You must love that kind of weather. I don't. I'm sorry. So today is, I'm going to say it wrong, but I don't care. It's the way I've said it my whole life. Thaddeus Kosciuszko's birthday. I know there are people who say it differently than I do, and I'm sure I pronounce it incorrectly. So who was this guy, and why do I even care? It's his birthday. And when I was a kid, there was a park across from my grandma's house. And whenever we visited grandma, it was a busy street, Division Street or something in Chicago. I forget what street, Kimball. I don't know. Anyway, my mommy and daddy and my grandma and my great-grandma. My great-grandma was like this big. She was so cute. Anyway, my grandma, my great-grandma, my mommy, my daddy, my big brother, and I would walk across the busy street and go play in Humboldt Park. And in Humboldt Park, there was a giant statue of a man on a horse. It was the first time I was ever aware of a man on a horse statue, and it was Thaddeus Kosciuszko, and I thought the name was hilarious. So as a little munchkin, I learned that name, and it stuck with me all these years. So he's always special to me. So when I saw that today was his birthday, I figured, why don't I find out why he's so special? I mean, clearly that is not a born in America kind of name. So I looked him up. Thaddeus Kosciuszko was from Poland. I guess you could probably tell that, right? He was famous in Poland, Lithuania, Belarus, which was Russia, and the USA. How'd that happen? Well, even back in those days, oh, good morning, Henry. Good morning, Lauren. Even back in those days, people traveled around the world, I guess, because Thaddeus Kosciuszko came here. He became part of the Continental Army, and he was like so awesome over here fighting for the US that they made him a brigadier general in the Continental Army. Yeah. So that brings up a song that you probably remember from when you were a kid. Do your ears hang low? Do they wobble to and fro? Can you tie them in a knot? Can you tie them in a bow? Can you throw them over your shoulder like a continental soldier? Do your ears hang low? So I thought about that song because Thaddeus Kosciuszko was in the Continental Army, right? You remember that song like from Brownies and Girl Scouts and stuff like that, right? In camp. Okay. So I checked out Do Your Ears Hang Low. Not only is it the same tune as Turkey in the Straw, but apparently it used to be a dirty song. And it started out as Do Your Balls Hang Low. And then it got cleaned up and changed to Do Your Ears Hang Low. I thought that was interesting trivia for you. Oh, yeah. Ginny's ancestors are from Poland. Well, then he should be your hero, Ginny. He's one of my heroes, and I think I had cousins from Poland, but that's about it. Oh, a lot of action lately on 23andMe. I keep getting these messages saying, hey, I think our grandparents were related. Do you know so-and-so? Do you know so-and-so? Does this name sound familiar? And I actually heard from a woman who's 98 years old and sent me a message saying that my father was her father's brother. And I thought, no, not likely. And then I realized I actually have met this woman. And it was just kind of a coincidence. Her father and my grandfather were brothers. So we started a little dialogue. She's 98. She does her own canning still. I mean, she makes Fritzi look like she's not a fighter. This woman is amazing. Yeah, the answer, I didn't do Ancestry.com, but I hear that's awesome too. What else today? Rosa Parks' birthday. Happy birthday, Rosa Parks. I am not moving. I am standing up for what's right and what I believe in. We all should have a little Rosa Parks coming out. Yeah, let's be that. That's pretty cool. Stuffed mushroom day, homemade soup day. Oh, I love to make soup. Love to make soup. Hey, In Canada, it's sweater day. Well, duh, it's freezing cold in Canada. Of course, every day should be sweater day this month, right? It's Liberace Day. It's Quaker Day. And I looked that up because I thought maybe they misspelled it and it was Quaker Day, or maybe it had to do with ducks. But apparently some lady started this. Oh, you should like this. It's sparkles. She started some kind of a clothing line that was shiny and sparkly, and it was like the hit of QVC. And now apparently it's like got its own day and everything. Happy Quackers Day. There was another day or two here. What was it? Oh, USO Day. The USO is such a cool thing for soldiers, right? I mean, you don't remember probably World War II, but I remember the movies of World War II, and they talked about the US canteens and the USO, and all the war movies had the USO. During the Vietnam War, I can remember before my children's birth father, my original husband, was my husband. I met him in New York, and we went to the USO in New York. He was in the service at the time. It was 1967. He was in the Air Force, and I met him on that particular trip. And he was in the service. He didn't have a lot of money, but he wanted to take me out. So we went to the USO, where they were giving out free food to the soldiers and tickets to all the Broadway shows. And wow, I had a great trip that time because this guy took me to all these shows. And I was in New York on my own. It was my big graduation from high school thing. And each night I would call into my parents to let them know I was alive because, hey, I was only 17 and I was traveling. No, I must have. Yeah, I was only 17, but I was drinking. And I think the drinking age was 18, and I certainly didn't look grown up. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Each night I would call in and to my parents, and they'd say, "What are you doing?" And I'd say, "Oh, I had a great time. I did this and I did that." "Oh, who'd you do that with?" "I went with this person." And I mentioned my husband each time. And I mentioned him without ever saying this guy I just met. So they assumed it was someone I knew. Oh, man, be careful with your children. Lying by omission is huge. Anyway, I didn't get in trouble, and I married the guy, and I had 2 great kids. So, what can I tell you? Don't snitch on yourself. Okay, I won't. But I think the statute of limitations on underage drinking and hanging out with guys that you just met, I think it's over when you're in your 70s. I also remember getting in huge trouble when I was in high school because I was on a trip to Disneyland, and this was 1967. I was a senior in high school. I was at Disneyland with my brother and a couple of friends, maybe, I don't know. And I met these Marines, right? And I had a friend who was in the Marines and was overseas. And I thought, well, if he was on R&R, rest and relaxation, I would love someone to like adopt him and take him around. So I adopted these 2 Marines, and we brought them home with us. I got in so much trouble. My parents, not because I brought home 2 Marines, they thought it was really great that I was nice to soldiers, but bringing them home, they said, was kind of putting it over the top. Because I didn't know these guys, and who knows what could have happened. Anyway, I was pretty brave when I was a kid. 1938, Snow White was released. I have a girlfriend whose name is Susan White. Well, that was her maiden name. And she was always called Snow White, even her license plate, Snow White. So whenever I think of Snow White, I think of my beautiful friend Suze with her black hair like Snow White. Oh, she's so beautiful. Interestingly, beautiful Snow White's birthday, but also Barbie's birthday. Didn't we have Ken's birthday just the other day at Mattel? So Ruth Handler started Barbie. Mattel Mattel in the 70s and 80s was like Google. I mean, it was like everybody wanted to work there. I have a friend who was a vice president there, and I dated a guy who was an executive there. But most fun of and I got to go to things because of that, and I got special privileges. Like I had an employee card, even though I wasn't an employee, that allowed me to shop in the Mattel store, which was amazeballs because you got all the Mattel toys at these ridiculously low prices. So my kids and my nieces and nephews and friends' kids, they were well taken care of. But my balloon company, because I knew all these people, they would call us first. We got to do so many decorating jobs at Mattel. And it was like getting into the Pentagon, because to decorate inside of Mattel, where they're working on all these secret new projects, so fascinating to be in there and walk around and see them coming up with new toy ideas and have whole buildings dedicated to just Barbie or Ken. By the way, Barbie was Ruth Handler's daughter's name and Ken was her son. That was pretty cool, right? But whenever we would go to decorate for an event at Mattel, they would also invite us to come back for the event itself. They would give out like goodie bags, and the goodie bags would be filled with toys. And I can't tell you how many times I got like these special Barbie dolls and the newest toy that was out. And my staff loved to go on decorating jobs at Mattel. It was always a lot of work because they were always really big jobs, but it was so exciting. I love my coffee. Oh, did you see flowers today? Let me see if you can see them. I did all these. I'm going to bring them a little closer. Wait. Nah, you can see them. Every 2 weeks, I go and completely redo the flowers in the house. And it occurs to me that when I do my morning coffee in my studio, you don't see my flowers because they're out all over the house, but it's my joy. I love doing it. I go to Trader Joe's. I get like, okay, I'm not going to lie. I get like 8 bouquets of flowers, and then I clean them all, and then I get to arrange them all. Oh, I love doing that. Oh, Jonathan lost his streaming. No. Oh, I hope you get to come back. Oh. Okay, I don't see him though. You still have your Barbie dolls, Ginny? That's so cool. I don't have any Barbie stuff left. I wasn't a huge Barbie fan, I'm not going to lie, but my daughter was. She had tons of stuff, and she got rid of it when she was a kid still. Yeah. But the gifts, wow, we got the greatest gifts. And my little brother, I mean, he's not little, he's, our age now, but when he was little, he was a toy tester at Mattel. How cool is that? Like, as a little kid, my mother would take him down to the Mattel factory, near the Mattel buildings. It's like this whole enclave in Southern California, near where we used to live. And I just remembered my father played tennis with one of the big shots at Mattel. And that's how my little brother got to be a toy tester. They never hired me. I was too old. But he used to go and he'd test the toys, and the ones he liked, he got to take home. Hello. That's pretty cool. Wait a minute. Whose daughter's birthday is it? Plastic hair Ken. JB, it's your daughter's 45th birthday? Wow. She and Barbie, same day. No kidding. Happy birthday to her. That looked weird. Happy birthday to your daughter. Okay, whatever. So I told you that my niece and nephew were here from Korea, and she made me some handmade soap. I can't wait to try this. But this was kind of cool and unusual. Check this out. Wait a minute. They're these little teeny pieces. How do I show them to you here? Let's see if you can see them this way. I can't get them in front of the camera. There, little pieces of soap. No, sorry, of candle. They're made out of candle wax. They're like little gummy bears and little balls. See them? Anyway, the thing, I guess, the big deal right now there is to put them inside your candle. And as you burn your candle, they melt and they make all these great colors and smells because they all have different smells. Kind of cool, huh? I mean, certainly different, right? Should I keep going? Facebook was founded today in 2004. And without Facebook, I wouldn't be with you guys. Yeah. It's a true story, that. Fritzi Report is great. I think of Fritzi because it is also Alice Cooper's birthday today. Hard rock, heavy metal. Not something you would think of when I'm talking about my 97-year-old mother, right? I mean, she was not exactly a hard rock, heavy metal fan, but I think I told you when Alice Cooper came out here to the desert, he was playing he was doing a show at one of the casinos. And because I used to gamble a lot, I always got free tickets. And I asked my mother if she wanted to go to a kind of different kind of concert. And she said, sure. I took my mother to a heavy metal concert to see Alice Cooper, and it was close to Halloween, which made it even more bizarre. She had a blast. She loved it. She saved the poster from the concert for so long. It was hilarious. And there were all these people who were they were laughing so hard to see this little teeny old lady rocking out to heavy metal. Everybody was stopping her, and she would hold her poster and they would pose for pictures with her. It was pretty hilarious. Hey, I have battery operated candles too, Ginny, and I think they're awesome. I mean, do you have the kind like I do where you can like lay in bed and turn on the candles? That's pretty cool. Yeah. Remote control candles. Oh, oil diffusion. So look, I'm not going to lie. My niece, Julie, I don't know if you're listening right now. Julie's in Chicago. She did a little sideline of doing essential oils, and I wanted to support her. So I bought the whole kit. Yeah, but I bought it like months and months ago and I haven't used it yet. And I spoke to her like a month ago and I said, okay, give me like a crash course so I can start doing it. But I haven't done it yet. And I have a diffuser and everything, and I haven't done it. So if you guys are really good at that and there's one thing that you absolutely love, PM me and tell me. So I know, shame on me, but teach me. I'll learn. I'm trainable, I swear. Okay. Do your ears hang low? Poke sushi. Oh, so good. So good. It's late. I've had you here a long time with me. Young Living. That's what I got. Young Living. That's what she does. That's the same company, Opa. Okay. So, I know I'm bad. She's very, very frustrated with me because I haven't done anything with it yet, but I got it all. But yes, Young Living, that's what it is. It's essential oils. They smell good. I just haven't done anything with them yet. All right, maybe we'll get you some business right here, Opa. Go for it. All right, Lauren, check in with Opa, and perhaps you too can have some essential oils. I need to make something for my nose so it opens up. I'll go take my meds. Oh, and so much more. Yes, cleaning stuff. And she was starting to tell me about that, but I can't even get through the part that I'm on, right? Okay, Opa, potential client for you right there. Lauren, Opa, hook up, find out some more about that. Can't you do chemical-free candles? I mean, this is chemical-free soap. I would think you should be able to do both. Okay, JB, don't miss anything else. If you have any questions, call me. And yes, I have some peppermint that I do, somebody else made that for me. I didn't make my own yet. I probably should, but peppermint, good idea. Thank you. I'll go do that right now. I love you guys. This morning was so much fun. Okay, I'll try not to have quite so many things tomorrow, but today was fun. Happy Thursday. Is that hump day? Throwback Thursday? Good memories. Have a warm day. And if it can't be warm outside, make it be warm inside. And don't forget to read today's word art because it's how to get happy. Go get happy. Bye-bye.